U.S. Stock Market News, Financial News, Market Review and Outlook Sunday, August 10, 2025. 1. The following is a summary of major global events reported by major U.S. media outlets, such as the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and Voice of America, over the past 48 hours. A list of major world events, as of August 10, 2025. Geopolitics and diplomacy. The Trump administration launched a new global tariff policy, imposing high tariffs ranging from 15% to 50% on over 60 countries, including China, India, and the European Union, in an attempt to reshape the global trade landscape. Israel's plan to fully control the Gaza Strip, with Prime Minister Netanyahu announcing his intention to eliminate Hamas and establish a new civilian government, has sparked strong international concern. Azerbaijan and Armenia held peace talks in Washington, with Trump presiding over the talks in an attempt to de-escalate the long-standing conflict. Trump plans to meet with Putin with the goal of promoting a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, stating that he will do everything he can to stop the killing. Britain and France plan to recognize the State of Palestine, expressing dissatisfaction with Israel's military actions, which could impact the situation in the Middle East. U.S. domestic politics and economy. Intel's CEO was asked to resign by Trump due to a conflict of interest in its relationship with Chinese companies, causing a stir in the tech community. Federal Reserve Board Governor Kugler resigned early, and Trump nominated new economic advisor Milan to fill the vacancy, which could influence the direction of monetary policy. The U.S. economy remains resilient, but inflationary pressures are rising. Gold futures have hit a record high, consumer confidence has declined, and the manufacturing recovery is sluggish. Technology and industry news. OpenAI released the GPT-5 model, which was described as doctoral-level expertise, and made it freely available, sparking heated discussions in the AI community. Meta established the TBD Lab, a superintelligence task force focused on developing next-generation AI systems. NVIDIA's H20 chip has become a focal point in the US-China AI competition. The Cyberspace Administration of China summoned NVIDIA to explain security risks. Asia and other regional news. Hong Kong democracy activist Joshua Wong appeared in court again. Charged with collusion with foreign forces, the case was transferred to the Supreme Court. Cambodia nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in mediating the Cambodia-Thailand border conflict. Thai prosecutors have charged Chinese state-owned enterprises and local tycoons in connection with the Bangkok high-rise collapse that killed 95 people. A North Korean defector escaped by swimming to South Korea, evading a border shoot-to-kill order, raising human rights concerns.
2. The following is a summary of global financial news reported by major U.S. financial media outlets, such as the Wall Street Journal and Investing.com, in the past 48 hours. World financial news, as of August 10, 2025. Macroeconomic and policy dynamics. Trump launched a new round of global tariffs, imposing tariffs ranging from 15% to 50% on goods from more than 60 countries, targeting China, India, the European Union, and others, with the intention of reshaping the global trade landscape. Federal Reserve Board Governor Kugler resigned early, and Trump nominated Milan to succeed him. This move may influence the future direction of monetary policy, drawing close market attention. The Bank of England's fifth interest rate cut in a year aims to stimulate economic growth, but it also raises inflation concerns. China's exports grew 7.2% year-on-year in July, exceeding market expectations and demonstrating resilient external demand. U.S. liquefied natural gas exports surged, but uncertainty remains as to whether China will increase purchases. Financial market and stock market dynamics. Gold futures hit a record high as the U.S. plans to impose tariffs on 1 kilogram gold bars, stimulating safe haven demand. U.S. stocks were mixed, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 0.51%, the Nasdaq up, and the S&P 500 down slightly, driven by strong performance from technology stocks. The Nasdaq hit a new high, driven by tech stocks and boosting investor confidence. The VIX index fell to 16.41, indicating low market volatility and stable sentiment. Russian and Mexican stock markets rose, driven by the energy and consumer sectors, respectively. Business and industry news. Intel's CEO was asked to resign by Trump due to a conflict of interest regarding its relationship with Chinese companies, sending shockwaves through the tech community. OpenAI released its GPT-5 model. Dubbed a PhD-level expert, the free and accessible software has sparked heated discussion in the AI field. Meta established the TBD Lab, a superintelligence task force focused on developing next-generation AI systems. Instacart's quarterly results exceeded expectations, sending its stock price soaring 9% after hours. Take-Two's stock price rose on optimism about the new Grand Theft Auto game. Blockchain saw strong gross profit growth, sending its stock price soaring 7.2%. AT&T plans to sell its Mexican business, valuing it at over $2 billion. Economic data highlights. Indicators. Latest data. Impact interpretation. Core inflation rate of 2.1% is in line with the Fed's target, indicating manageable inflation. Industrial production increased by 0.3%, exceeding market expectations, indicating a recovery in the manufacturing sector. Retail sales increased by 0.6%, reflecting improved consumer confidence. CPI annual rate of plus 2.7%, slightly above expectations, but caution is warranted regarding inflationary pressures. Housing starts increased. The real estate market is active.
3. U.S. Stock Market Outlook, Week 2, August 2025. All three major U.S. stock indices closed lower this past week, with the S&P 500 down 2.4%, the Nasdaq down 2.2%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 2.9%. Market sentiment was influenced by the following factors. Weak employment data. July's non-farm payroll figures were only 73,000, far below expectations, and the unemployment rate rose to 4.2%, exacerbating concerns about an economic slowdown. Rising inflation indicators. June's core PCE, the annual growth rate, reached 2.8%, exceeding expectations, complicating the prospects for a Fed rate cut. Trade tariff impact. The Trump administration announced high tariffs ranging from 15% to 50% on over 60 countries. While there will be a wind-down period, the market remains concerned about the impact on business costs and consumption. Despite this, second quarter earnings reports were generally strong, with 82% of S&P 500 companies exceeding earnings expectations. Technology stocks such as Microsoft and Meta performed strongly due to growth in their AI businesses. Key dates and events in the U.S. stock market next week. Date event/data releases and expected market impact. August 12, Monday, U.S. July CPI, Consumer Price Index, released. Inflation data will influence the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision. August 13, Tuesday, U.S. July PPI, Producer Price Index, released. Observe corporate cost pressures and inflation trends. August 14, Wednesday, public speeches by Federal Reserve officials Bowman, Waller. Possible clues on whether there will be a September rate cut. August 15, Thursday, retail sales data, and the New York Fed Manufacturing Index. Observe consumer and manufacturing momentum. August 16, Friday, University of Michigan Consumer Confidence Index, preliminary value. Reflects public expectations for the economy and inflation. China-US trade negotiations continue throughout the week. The direction of tariff policy will influence market risk appetite. Investor focus. Will the Fed turn dovish? The market is betting on a 70% probability of a September rate cut, but further data is needed. Trade policy direction. Agreements have been reached with the EU and Japan, but negotiations are ongoing with Canada, India, and other countries, and the impact of tariffs has yet to be fully realized. AI and tech stock momentum. Microsoft, Meta, and other companies, benefiting from the growth of their AI businesses, remain a focus of market attention. Defensive asset allocation. Gold and bond markets strengthened, indicating rising risk aversion, making it appropriate to moderately allocate to defensive sectors.
For special considerations for today's operations, does not constitute investment advice. Data release: U.S. July CPI will be released on August 12. If inflation is higher than expected, the market may fluctuate. It is recommended to control positions. Federal Reserve official speech: an official speech on August 14 may affect interest rate expectations. Monitor market sentiment and avoid chasing highs. Last week, the market corrected, with the S&P 500 falling 2.4%. Risk aversion is rising. Consider gold and bond ETFs as hedges. Sentiment management: market volatility is increasing and easily influenced by news. Stay calm and avoid making decisions driven by panic or greed. Technical analysis: if a stock breaks below key support levels, stop losses decisively. Automatic stop loss points can be set to avoid intraday hesitation. Trading recommendations: before the market opens, review last week's trends and establish a buy, sell plan and stop loss points. Intraday trading: avoid chasing gains and selling losses, monitor trading volume and trend confirmation. After the market closes, keep a trading log and review your trading system to ensure compliance.